In the Palisades, there's only one establishment that really didn't burn, and that was Rick Caruso's place. It's several acres, retail space. For people who don't know who Rick Caruso is, he's a great developer. And so basically, in a city full of garbage, full of crime, you walk into one of Caruso's places, the Grove or the Americana in Glendale, and it's safe, it's clean, you want to bring your kids. And my whole thing is, why doesn't he just take that and apply it to all of LA? As you can see, it's destruction for as far as the eye can see, but Rick Caruso's village remains intact because he knows what he's doing and he planned in advance. All right, so I'm here with Rick Caruso. Rick, developer, commercial builder, philanthropist, entrepreneur. This close to becoming the mayor of Los Angeles a few years ago. That would have been a dream for me. So this project we're talking about here, this is the rec center?
Yeah, Pali Rec Center.
The Pali Rec Center, and this structure seems to be intact, but this is going to come down according to the new plan, right?
Yeah, so Adam, what we're doing with a group of designers and landscape architects and engineers is we're reimagining the whole park. We have an opportunity to do that now. The other gym did burn down, and that's already been cleared. This has a lot of smoke damage on the inside. And so there's really a great opportunity out here to create something really special for the next 100 years, and that's what we're doing.
This is going to be leveled to the ground. This is a building from the 30s, the 40s?
This is probably the 40s, 50s, yeah.
40s, 50s.
It's pretty tired.
And we're just going to use this as an opportunity to start with a fresh sheet of paper.
Right.
And just reimagine this whole place. And then how's it funded?
We're going to go raise private funds, and we're started that already. So this is all being done through Steadfast, the nonprofit that I started. And 100% of the dollars that go into Steadfast go right back into the communities here, Malibu, and Altadena.
Yeah, what do you make of stuff like they had that big $100 million concert that raised all the money for the victims of the fires and no one knows where the money went?
Listen, no good deed goes unpunished sometimes, right? I think the money went to a lot of really great places. So
oh, you do?
I do. I feel pretty strongly that everybody involved, and I was involved with that too, was making sure the money got out to organizations that were bringing it back into the community. But we're being very, very mindful to make sure that everything goes back into these communities. And the park really represents the same opportunity in all of these communities. Everything should get rebuilt with innovation, today's technology, the best thinking, the best designers, the best architects, and let's move forward and recreate something really special for these communities. And
just as a general process for you, because I come from a background of building, and as a builder, you're always in a hurry.
Right.
And it's a mentality. And you could see it when Trump was doing the presser and he had Karen Bass and he's like, let's go.
Let's go.
Tonight. We do it tonight.
Right.
Karen Bass like, slow it down.
Right.
Trump's like, tonight. Because that's really, I'm seeing a commercial builder who's always in a hurry because it's always, we cannot get the steel guys going until the foundation guys are done, and we can't get the windows in until the steel guys are done, and everything's just this process versus a group that is used to sort of having a process and slowing everyone's roll and everything like that. So for you, it's got to be frustrating dealing with that process, I'm guessing, but you want to streamline the process. And I don't know how the permitting is going with all the Palisades rebuilding. I know there's some AI talk.
Well, we just did the AI. We developed the AI through Steadfast and we gave it to the city and the county and they're adopting it. So that's going to cut months out of plan check. So that's a good thing. But here's the basic premise. You've got to have private enterprise working along government. This disaster is too big. They do not have a sense of urgency or innovation, and we've been pushing them, and that's fine, and we're going to continue to push them. And as I've said to our team, we're going to walk with the elected officials, we're going to walk around the elected officials or through them, but we're going. And this park is a good example. We are going lightning speed. I've given the team until the beginning of January to be under construction. It's a very aggressive schedule to get it drawn, designed, engineered, and built, and I want to get it opened by next summer.
That is ambitious. In terms of building techniques for all the rebuild, there's a little bit of rebuilding going on in the Palisades. I haven't seen any in Malibu.
Yeah.
For some reason, there's some framing going up in the Palisades. It's pretty few and far between, but the few structures I'm seeing are stick frame with 1/2-inch sheathing and shear wall and everything else plywood. It's all wood.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing they're going to do something with the rafter tails and the eaves and the roofing and the siding
venting.
and stuff, the
Right.
venting and that kind of stuff. Where do you come down on that? Are you for a traditional framed home that then takes into account fire, or are you more of a concrete or steel or completely nothing combustible in it?
I think you can accomplish it in a lot of different ways. I think you can have wood framing and then make sure you have your skin that's not combustible, and make sure you're designing it to be fire protective, like we did at the Village.
That's what you did at the Village.
That's what we did at the Village, and it withstood it. But listen, we had a lot of resources going into the Village because you're building in a fire area. And this area probably won't have a fire for decades, but nonetheless, it will have a fire again down the road. And so everybody should be building and being mindful of that.
Did you have your own fire department at the Village?
We did. We had a private fire department, private water tanks, and we had retardant. And that was all part of the plan that was developed years before the fire hit.
How many years?
Oh, as we were building it 6 years ago.
Were you thinking that whatever was in place that the city and the county was providing would be inadequate, or was it just a overprotective measure?
It is just good planning and being smart and protecting your assets. And we live by a motto, what's predictable is preventable. We're in a fire zone. And we also know that if there is a fire, the resources of the city should be going to the residential.
Right.
That's the first priority. So we want to be able to take care of ourselves and not take away resources that would help the neighborhood. Now, as it turns out, we were loaning our resources to LA Fire because they were so short of equipment. And we were able to save the whole block around us in addition to our property.
Well, I know we're going to go tour that property, and I'm looking forward to it, because if you go up on the hill behind the Village, it pretty much just looks like, Dresden in 1944, except for the Village, which is unharmed. So you see this moonscape of destruction as far as the eye can see in every direction, and right in the middle of it is this oasis of unmolested buildings, and you have to get up and get behind it to really get perspective for it, but it's quite astounding.
It does prove the point, though, that most of this area could have been saved had the city been properly prepared for it.
Well, that's what I would say to a lot of people who were defending and saying, hey, come on, what are you going to do? There's nothing you can do. I would say, look, I used to do earthquake rehab work. We know there's going to be an earthquake.
Right.
When we get a 7.2, there's some damage. When Honduras gets a 7.2, it's level. It's devastation. Because we understand there's going to be an earthquake.
Build for it.
And we build for it, and we don't go, how can you stop an earthquake?
Right.
We go, there's going to be an earthquake,
That's right.
and we're going to build for it. And we build for it, we mitigate quite a bit.
Well, and that's the premise of if it's predictable, it's preventable. You
Right.
plan for it, absolutely.
Right.
But there were no plans in anticipation of this windstorm coming in. It was clear now.
They had
The
nothing.
fire department didn't pre-deploy. If it had pre-deployed, they could have put the fire out early. The water tanks being empty, 40 years of vegetation that had never been managed properly, that became rocket fuel. And then on top of it, running out of water. You never run out of water. That's an unthinkable thing. So mistakes, misjudgments, mismanagement, incompetence at many, many levels.
That sounds like LA.
Home title lock. All right, listen up. This isn't some sort of far off scam. This is happening right now. If you own a home, you need to hear this. In today's world, scammers are using AI to fake documents to steal home titles. One forged signature and a phony notary stamp, and suddenly your house isn't yours anymore. They'll drain your equity, even sell it out from under you. When's the last time you checked your home title? Yeah, that's what I thought. Never. So that's why I'm telling you about Home Title Lock. Use my promo code Adam at HometitleLock.com. Get a free title history report and free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. They'll monitor your home 24/7, send you urgent alerts if anything changes, and if fraud happens, they'll spend up to $1 million to fix it. Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your home and the equity in your home today, like I did at Home Title Lock. Do it now. Right, Dawson?
Go to HomeTitleLock.com and use promo code Adam. That's HomeTitleLock.com, promo code Adam.
You know the greatest thing you said, and I may screw this number up, but when you were running for mayor, you said, day one, I'm going to hire 5,000 sanitation workers, and we're going to clean up this trashy city. And I was like, that guy's got my vote. Because I marvel at how much junk and graffiti, it's dirty. LA, California shouldn't be dirty.
No, it should be
We're
clean.
supposed to be the sequoias and the vistas and the ocean. We're not supposed to be trashy, and it kind of drives me.
Well, we lost our priorities. And
Right.
I think the problem is we lost our priorities, and not having the fire department fully funded and properly funded, which I did point out in my campaign how unfunded it was, has resulted in hundreds of thousands of people being impacted. So these decisions have real life consequences in addition to 30 people dying.
Do you believe that there's going to be accountability at the ballot box? Are the people behind this irresponsible and reckless neglect, are they just going to be voted in for perpetuity, or do you think this is the bottom that people sort of talk about with some new regime change?
I hope that there's a rethinking of what's important for elected officials, namely competence, and a history of experience that would say this person has the ability to execute this job. We need to align elected officials with the job responsibilities if we really want this city or any part of this country to be effective and take care of people and give people an opportunity to be safe and to build their business and have their families and live in peace. So those are just basic things, but it's going to take competent leadership to do it.
You have any plans of being part of that competent leadership?
I'm thinking about it. Haven't made a decision yet.
Basically, with you and Karen Bass, we got to sort of crossroads, and we're like, do we want to keep going down the good vibes road, or do we want a pragmatic, boots on the ground experience, private sector, build a road? And we were just, we like the way it feels to vote for Karen Bass. Then everything burned down. Look, you can talk good vibes all you want. There's got to be water in the reservoirs.
Right.
We got to have a fire department that's capable of dealing with this. We don't want to live amongst homeless and garbage. Like, I just feel like we've finally been shaken into waking up and being a little bit more pragmatic. And I think you would win if you took another stab at the mayoral run.
Okay.
And I would like
hear
to
you.
be, I would like to be your traffic czar. Because I got,
What does that mean?
I got traffic thoughts. I've got
Okay.
a lot of traffic related
Okay.
thoughts. We do not have a traffic czar.
All right,
We
you
have the
got it.
worst traffic in the world.
Yeah.
And there's nobody with the title traffic czar
All right.
until now.
It's all yours. You got it.
Yeah. And I have other
Get
thoughts.
ready for it.
Listen, I need to get in charge of those electronic freeway signs. I need to
Okay.
get my hands on those.
Okay.
That's
They're
job
all
one.
yours.
Oh, I'm going to change this city. I'm going to change this place for the best.
See, life is coming back.
I know.
How about that?
I know.
Oh, Adam, come here. Let's just walk around this way, just for fun. There you go.
So they rebuilt this lickety-split for the kids, and they put a giant fire truck there.
Well, and multiple ones, and an ambulance. It has definitely caused a lot of consternation in the community. I think the city now has realized that, and they're trying to figure out how to change it out.
Yeah, I think they call it tone deaf is what. But it also, the thing that I'm always interested in life about is it's not one guy who went rogue and said, I'm going to put a fire truck here.
right.
It had to go through a committee. It had to
Multiple levels,
pass
that's
through
right.
multiple levels. People had to stamp it. Like, I felt that way when UPS came up with the slogan, what can Brown do for you? Somebody should have raised their hand and went, I don't think we should be saying this. Like, but how
That's
many
true.
people had to
That's
sign
true.
off before they launched the campaign?
A lot
you
of
know?
people said, hey, this is a good idea.
Well, if they didn't endorse it, they certainly had to at least look the other way while the fire truck motif was okayed through their office. So yeah, that is a very LA thing. Sad, but at least it's kind of funny. Now what do they do? They're gonna try to take them apart and...
I heard they're going to try to change the imagery here. They're working on that. I don't know what that takes, but I'm sure the city has a process to do that.
I'm sure it's going to cost us
Some
the
few
taxpayers'
months.
money.
A few months.
Wow, that is funny. Yeah, this is an old building.
Yeah, it's an old building. It's tired.
When are they going to demo it?
We'll demo it when we start construction at the beginning of the year. I mean, one of the challenges we've had is even on this park, we said, please don't rebuild it yet. The place said it was $1 million, believe it or not.
To rebuild this.
And I said, we're going to have to move all of it or tear it down. Just
Right.
It's not
Right.
like there's a lot of people living here yet.
Right. So you said to the city, hold off.
Save the $1 million. Let's reinvest it in the broader project. But they chose for whatever reason. And I know it was in the best of spirits to get people, allow kids to come back and play and whatnot.
But now you've
I think
got
you got to
to
be thoughtful about how you're using money.
Well, I think that's another part of your commercial building process and any building process. There's just a lot of, well, no, paint the room and then put the carpet in.
Yeah.
Don't put the carpet down and then paint.
Right.
We're gonna mess up the carpet.
There's a sequence.
There's a sequence of everything. And I noticed the sand pit was an empty aqueduct. Yeah. I don't like that motif either. So we just get rid of this.
I think this goes.
This all gonna go and then this goes.
Can't make this stuff up.
You cannot.
Simply Safe. Well, let's prevent the crime before it happens. I mean, people go like, oh, I prevented this. Yeah, but you got your window busted and scared the crap out of everyone. I use Simply Safe because it actually stops crime before it starts. Imagine that, a little prevention, everybody. Their Active Guard outdoor protection has these AI cameras and real people watching your place. That's right, real eyeballs. So if some creep is lurking around, the agents can talk to them, flip on the spotlight, even call the cops right then. Not after your stuff is gone, before your stuff is gone. No contracts, no hidden fees, none of that nonsense. Over 4 million people trust Simply Safe. So it's not just me. I got plans that start at about $1 a day. You get 60 days to try it. Money back if you don't love it. It's Simply Safe, right, Dawson?
Head to simplysafe.com/Adam to claim your discount and make sure your home is safe this season. Don't wait. This offer won't last long. Keep your home, your family, and your peace of mind protected with Simply Safe. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
I just want to check this out. Hey guys, how you doing? It's probably like your kids. My kids played in these, and I remember there's no room. I remember one of my sons sliding and hitting his head into the wall as he was trying to go for a shot. They were just, so the new gym, and that's why we want to redo everything.
Yeah, got to have a
bigger,
little runoff
double-sided
space.
gyms,
Yeah,
a lot more flexibility for more sports.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, I know. When they have to put padding on stuff, it's a sign that there's not enough room.
That's right.
Like a goalpost from the 70s.
All right, we heading to the village? Is that the plan?
Yeah, I'll go walk around the village and tell us all about it.
Just to give you a little context of what we're doing out here, none of our buildings burnt down.
How many buildings?
How many individual buildings, Greg, do we have out here? 51.
51 businesses.
Yeah. And
facades.
so what we're doing now is we had some scorching at the end of the block here. You can walk up and see where the homes are. That's being cleaned off. But you notice the way the venting is, the materials, everything is non-combustible out here. And it held up brilliantly along with obviously the efforts of the firefighters. But even what was non-combustible on that side of the street, we saved. So that whole block we saved along with all the block down.
With your
With our
fire
equipment,
team
yeah.
and equipment, and obviously the place directly across.
That one we didn't. We weren't able to. But what we're doing now, we're going above and beyond sort of a call of duty and what science demands, and we're gutting each space out on the inside down to the studs. And then we're treating the studs, and then we're rebuilding. So we don't want anybody to have any concern when they come back to the village, play in the park, go to a restaurant, go shopping, that there's any kind of toxic contamination, health risk at all. So all of the residential that we have here, the apartments are going down to the studs are already down. We can walk into a space, you can see
Sure,
it.
I'd love to see it.
And then all the dirt's coming out.
All the soil.
All the soil's coming out, bringing in fresh soil.
Even
Yep.
if it's
all of it.
unmolested.
Yep. But it's the right thing to do because we want to assure everybody that this is a safe place to be.
you know, I hear, oh, you have your own fire department, but I don't really exactly know what that means in that. Do you have your own firehouse? Do you have your own trucks?
They're by contract.
And are they present all the time?
No, you call them in. So they're under contract.
They're under contract.
You call them in. These are private firefighters. Now, the interesting thing is 40% of the wildfires in the United States are fought by private firefighters. So there's a whole industry of private firefighters. And we contract with them, and they're on standby. Like for here, when the fire warnings came out that there was going to be winds, these catastrophic winds, our team mobilized, called in the private firefighters, and we were staged out here 2 days before the winds.
2 days before, they're out here with equipment and
fire trucks, manpower. I think there was about 40 or 50 firefighters, water trucks, and retardant trucks.
And they're here, and 2 days before.
Yep.
And Karen Bass is in Ghana 2 days before, planning, always planning, with a lot of ceremonial garb on, but always still her heart, fighting fires back in LA. So these guys just come in and, you know, work shifts, or you put them up in hotels and all that kind of stuff. They live here.
Yeah, they're around the clock.
They like bivouac here.
Yep.
And 2 days before, and then they're ready, like literally putting a perimeter on this place.
That's right. So when the fire was getting closer, then the retardants went on the buildings, get sprayed down.
Right.
Right.
Oh,
so there's a whole sequence.
Right, because the retardants aren't going to stay there forever. The wind's 80, 90, 100 miles an hour. So as the fire gets closer, you go, first thing, we're going to lay down the retardant on the roofs of the buildings.
Roofs and the sides of the buildings.
Right. And then we'll man the hoses and the trucks. And do you have water here, or is it trucks?
We had trucks.
The tanker trucks.
We had tanker trucks.
All right. When you go around this place, as previously stated, it is just literally scorched earth in every direction.
Yeah,
and then this looks brand new.
Yeah.
But yeah, show me what you're thinking about doing.
It's so eerie because literally everything is stopped in time on January 7th. So some of these retailers haven't started even removing their product yet, which they will. We're closed due to fire. So that was put up January 7th.
My house had the Christmas tree up for 6 months.
Yeah.
That's the rear sort of eerie tableau, is seeing, as I drive down Sunset the other day, I see some Christmas trees out in the street in the middle of July.
Yeah. Oh,
so they're just getting back and cleaning their place up.
Still Christmas lights on homes.
Right. Yeah, this is
So all
beautiful.
of these retailers are coming back. They'll all rebuild to the same standard, getting it down to the studs, treating the wood.
Metal stud, maybe in some of this occasion, right?
Some of the TIs, as you know, being a builder.
Tenant
you can
improvement.
see we've taken out about 18 inches of dirt.
Oh, so you're
in
doing
the
like
park.
a remediation with the soil.
Yep.
Thank you.
So being a fellow builder, you would understand sort of how odd this feels.
Yeah.
That we built something.
Right.
We're now taking it apart.
Right.
And then we're rebuilding it. So every interior space in the village is going down to this level.
Right.
And then this all gets treated with a certain chemical by environmental engineers. And then the drywall goes back on and the improvements get rebuilt.
So you have these web joists, I guess I might call them, this engineered stuff.
Yeah.
Build the steel, hang the joist hangers off the steel, put a wood plate on top of the steel so you can get nailing for that, then joist hangers, then web joists, then plywood sheathing on top. This gets all brought down and exposed, treated, and then recovered with drywall. We're on a slab, looks like a polished slab.
All the flooring was removed.
This
is raw concrete.
Oh, yeah, but it's weird. It looked like it got
You can see the
polished.
aggregate.
You can see the aggregate.
It probably
or
got
something.
scrubbed. We scrubbed it to get any kind of remnant of ash off the property.
And are we in retail space here?
This was a restaurant. It will come back out as a restaurant.
Oh, okay. And you're shooting for
We're
what
going to
date?
reopen next summer.
Next summer. Okay,
Next
so
summer.
about a year.
Yeah, because I want to reopen when the schools are reopened. We're going to get the park reopened. We're working to get all these street improvements we're going to put in with our own capital on both sides of the street to beautify the area, and reopen with a very clear message: the Palisades is back.
Do you have any explanation for Malibu? Like, I'm off PCH, and I drive that thing every day, and there's zero building. I don't see a pile. I don't see, they do the lumber dump. There's no lumber. There's nobody shooting elevations. There's just no footings being dug. There's no concrete trucks. It's just bare and no movement. And I'm like, we're 7 months in now. What's going on?
We've been out there in Malibu. We gave them the AI model so they can process the plan check queries. So they have the benefit of what we created. And we're always out there, to support them. We lost a home in Malibu also. Most of our neighbors out of Malibu have sold. They're not rebuilding. So I think part of this process is people are just trying to decide what to do.
And all the lots that are for sale around here in the Palisades, there's a lot of conspiracy theories, and there's a lot of Newsom wants to build low-cost housing. There's a lot of these things are being gathered up by BlackRock. I don't know what I don't know.
See that.
You're saying there's people that are just saying, look, I'm old enough, I can't go through this process again,
Right.
and so I'm just going to move to Arizona and I'll just sell my lot. And then there's others that are going to rebuild.
Right. I think the rebuilding could certainly go quicker if we cut more of the red tape, but there is some momentum. We're putting together a building alliance, we being Steadfast, and that's a bunch of builders who are all going to have pre-approved plans, designs to make it very easy for homeowners to build, to start getting some, you got to get that flywheel going, right? And a big part of this, Adam, and why the village is important is it gives people hope that they are coming back. So if they rebuild, there's going to be more here than just their home. They can have a sense of community.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing about, my place miraculously did not burn in a sea of destruction, but somehow it made it. But you don't want to go back when none of the restaurants are open and the roads are blocked and the laundromat's closed. Actually, no one uses a laundromat. Fluff and fold.
You're aging yourself.
Fluff and fold. Fluff and fold. Dry cleaner. Sorry, the masseuse is not there, and I can't get a good cuticle push. All right, so that's what I meant to say.
I don't even know what a cuticle push is, but I don't need to know. It's okay.
You Hollywood
I'll live
guys.
without it. I'll live without knowing.
When you get a pedicure, they give you.
I don't want to know.
When you get I'm getting you a pedicure.
I don't want to know.
You're getting a pedicure. I'm going to be the pedicure czar.
Traffic and pedicures.
Traffic and pedicures, and I'm going to demand we get a damn Hungarian restaurant somewhere in this city. I love Hungarian food.
Let's walk out and get some fresh air.
Let's get some fresh air.
Morgan and Morgan, don't you know? Well, let's get real for a minute. Everyone talks about summer being sunshine and backyard barbecues, but you know as well as I do, summer's also prime time for accidents. That's right, a little slip and fall by the pool. Maybe got rear-ended on the way to the beach. That's why you need to know about Morgan and Morgan. These guys are good guys. Well, you see their commercials everywhere. They're big. And they're big for a reason, because they get results. They brought in more than $25 billion. That's billion with a B for clients just like you. I'm talking real stories. I mean, one guy got offered $500,000 for his injury, ended up with $29 million, thanks to Morgan and Morgan. And that's why they're America's largest injury law firm. It's Morgan and Morgan. Right, Dawson?
Hiring the wrong firm could be disastrous. Hiring the right firm could substantially increase your settlement. With Morgan & Morgan, it's easy to get started, and their fee is free unless they win. Just visit forthepeople.com/Adam or dial #law #529. That's forthepeople.com/Adam or dial #law #529. This is a paid advertisement.
So the fire all the way up to just the whole perimeter, right?
This is all the alphabet streets. So all of this is gone as far as the eye can see. All the homes are destroyed.
Right.
All the way up to the Chautauqua Rim. Yeah. And
Right.
then all the way up the hill.
So your guys would have been, and obviously it's a metal roof here, slate roof.
Yeah.
Probably a composite slate roof, but still
They
looks like a slate roof.
Yeah.
Fire rated, I'm
And
sure.
you notice you don't see any side vents in any of the buildings.
Right.
And that's what people have to really think about as they're rebuilding now.
The biggest problem, or one of the bigger problems, was the attic and the dormers and everything up
right.
there. The eaves, they're vented. You have to vent your roof, and the stuff gets sucked into the vent. And now all of a sudden, instead of embers hitting stucco and glass and sheet metal, they're now inside of the framed attic.
Right, because
And
most of the home is burned from the inside out.
Right.
So even up at I've got an office up here, and one of the important things of the fire crew that we had out here, they stayed out here for a couple of weeks. Because a lot of the buildings in the Palisades burned down days after the fire was out.
Oh, really?
Because embers were caught in the buildings and nobody knew it.
Right.
So even on you can see where that area is torn off up there. There was an ember embedded in there that didn't show itself until about 4 days later.
Really?
It started smoking, the team ran to it, pulled off the siding and got it out.
During these fires, where are you physically? Like, you're not holding a hose, but you're obviously monitoring this pretty clearly, right?
We had a senior executive that was in the city and county command post with fire and police, and I was on the phone with him hourly. We were evacuated also. We live in Brentwood. We were also evacuated.
Oh, okay.
We weren't in the area, but we were very close communication. And frankly, our mission was do whatever we have to do to protect our property and everybody around us, and that's what we tried to do.
So you guys are setting up a perimeter, you're putting the fire retardant material down, and stuff like this is, I'm assuming would have been vulnerable if the flames got close enough.
But here's a real life example. My daughter's house, we had fire retardant that we put on it. The problem was they ran out of water. And so that's when I got the call late that night, around 9:30 that night, that my daughter's home's on fire, because literally the firefighters were out there and it just ran out.
So you had your guys go to your daughter.
Retardant.
And
But
she's how far from here?
Oh, 3 blocks.
Oh, 3 blocks. Okay, her home was 3 blocks
Yeah.
from here. Is she going to
So-
rebuild?
Yeah. So retardant alone doesn't do it. Right? You have to have the retardant, you have to have the water.
Right.
All of these things have to be played out together.
Have to work in union together. And especially, I would imagine, retardant with 100-mile-an-hour winds, not going to last forever.
Right.
Let's go yell at these guys. You want to do that? I remember when you were on a construction site, some guy'd come up and go, "We got a dime holding up $1 here. Let's go now." Let's
let
go.
you do that. I'll go let you do that.
This guy's been eyeballing me the entire time, so
Yeah,
I want him out.
He's going to put you in that vault. That holds the Christmas tree. So we're actually going to celebrate Christmas out here. Even though we won't be open, we're going to do our annual menorah lighting, and we're doing our annual tree lighting out here.
You built a concrete pad 4 feet deep so you could mount a giant Christmas tree on it.
Yes, sir. That's what we do.
That is awesome.
You should see the size of the one at the Grove for that tree. That tree's 125 feet. This tree's only about 50 feet. And fortunately, the tree came down 2 days before the fire.
Oh, right, because that could have been an issue
It would
right
have been a
there.
disaster.
But that is interesting.
Yeah.
And you
Because the
say
whole building could have gone from that at that point.
that ember, you say, was around 4 days after the fire.
Right. And I was up here. I got back up here. They finally let me back in. And that thing just took off. I was out here watching it and saw the team scramble.
Well, you're a testament to
Let's go
preparation.
look across the street real quick.
Let's do
And
that.
then we can let you go.
Seriously, I want that guy fired.
These are the guys that can do it.
That's why I'm talking to them. I know you don't want to get your hands dirty.
I'm nice to everybody.
Yeah, in front of the camera. Behind the camera, it's a whole new Rick.
No, I'm a puppy
whole
dog.
different Rick.
Kevin, aren't I a puppy dog on a job site?
Well, he's scared he's going to get fired.
Aren't I
now.
a puppy dog on the job site? He said off camera I'm not a puppy dog. You are. Thank you.
Well, you just kept your job. You just kept your job. Yeah, this is really impressive.
Isn't it wild? It's
Yeah.
it's actually tough to get my head around because it's still so heartbreaking when you come up here or Malibu, any of these places.
that guy back there, Mike, he paid you the ultimate compliment in a quiet way, which is we did a thing at the Sagebrush Cantina a week ago or something. And he got there before me and he walked across the street and he said, you know, across the street there's this magnificent mall with it's beautiful. And he goes, I'll bet that's Rick Caruso's place because it looks so good. Oh. And he didn't know it was your place, and I didn't know it was your place either. He just said, I've seen the way it's laid out. It's definitely a Caruso place. And I thought, those are the best kind of compliments, right?
Absolutely. So we were able to save all of this. And all the way down the block. And the beauty of that is that this now is the heart of the downtown that gets rebuilt.
Right. How do you decide when it's time to allocate, you know, your guys to someone else's stuff?
It's when resources were available, and fortunately we had enough equipment. Listen, our guys, the guy that heads it up, a guy named Banyan Hutter, he overplans for everything. So he had a lot of equipment up here, and we put it to good use.
Is it you know, not to get too granular, but does the insurance, is it much easier to get insured when you have a fire department on call?
1,000%.
So some of it's not all just, I'm going to put out a bunch of money and, you know, see if I'll ever use it.
It's smart business.
It's business.
Smart business.
So it's better to have a fire department on retainer.
That's right, because when we go back out for reinsurance, which we just did, what we tell the insurance companies, and they acknowledge it, we are a good risk.
Right.
We manage the downside to our properties, whether it's earthquake, whether it's flood, whether it's fire.
And does it work in such a way when you have a fire department on retainer that, you know, obviously during certain months or rainy season or something like that, you pay them less and you pay them more during the summer months, or is it just a flat rate?
It's a flat rate
for the year.
Yeah.
And ultimately
they're on call.
You save more in insurance than you would on their flat rate.
Hey, we saved hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Is what we saved. And we go to our insurance company and say, because we were prepared, we saved you hundreds of millions of dollars.
Right.
And you didn't have to pay out.
Right.
And they acknowledge it.
So now if we could just get the city of LA to think pragmatically like Rick Caruso, when is the next election? Is it June? Oh, is it?
Hey guys!
I think they're saying hi to me, Rick.
I didn't hear Adam. Did anybody hear the word Adam? I didn't hear the word Adam.
I heard Caruso, but a lot of those guys are opera fans.
I pay those guys a lot to go around and do that. They're part of the fire team.
It's all part of the puppy dog image he works so hard to maintain while the cameras are rolling. So June, less than a year away.
Yeah, less than a year.
Well, all right. Cuticle czar.
Yep.
Traffic czar.
Hungarian restaurant.
I want input on that. I'm not saying I need to be the czar of goulash, but I want some input. That's all.
Everybody's going to have great looking cuticles in the city of LA.
And a pot full of chicken paprikash.
Okay.
Thanks, Rick. That was great to talk to you.
Thanks, Adam. Appreciate it.
All right. That was easy.
That was fun, too.